Hi. So today's video is brought to you by my latest MMF bisexual romance, Island Candy. But I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. Until then, I'm doing something that I haven't done in a while, which is introduce you to new bisexual characters on television. And today, it's not just one show, it's two. So let's start with the first one, which is Incorporated. It's a show on Sci-Fi, executive produced by two people you might know, Ben Affleck and, Matt Damon. So in this show, it takes place in the year 2074 in a dystopian Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So in 2074, there was a climate change disaster. And they've become a group of haves and have-nots, and because of the climate change downfalls, the American government has signed over powers to the corporations. So now there's two spaces in America. There's the green zones and there's the red zones. The green zones are where all the corporate elite live and have a great life. And then it's everywhere outside of that called the red zone, and that's where people struggle just to survive. The main character of the show is a guy by the name of Aaron. Aaron grew up in the red zone and then figured out a way to change his name and slip into the green zone society, so much so that he ends up marrying Laura. But the truth is that ever since he was a kid, he was in love with a woman by the name of Elena. And Elena disappeared when he was still in the red zone. And part of the reason he went to the green zone was so he can eventually find out where Elena is. And that's in spite of the fact that he's married to Laura. Now, none of these people are bisexual. Who is bisexual is a guy by the name of Theo. Theo is Elena's brother. And there's a lot of interaction going on between Theo and Aaron. But there are three characters that have their own story arcs in this show, and those are the three characters. So Theo is a lead character. So how is he bisexual? Very interestingly enough, in the beginning episode of the show, episode 2, he's introduced as having a long-term boyfriend, and it's just passed over, and that's what he does. But very quickly he becomes an MMA fighter, and well, there are hints that there might be more to him than just being gay in that episode, like this one.
The green zones.
Yeah, you ever been on the other side? Oh man, the food they put out and the women.
But much later on the show, in episode 7, he has a brutal fight, and his manager, who's trying to push him to have fights in the green zone, decides that they're going to dope him up, to drug him up. But to bring him down, the manager offered this.
It's a little gift for a good night's work.
No,
Relax, kid. I'll handle everything.
We're mongrels, kid. We're the same.
And the show, clearly not wanting you to mistake that for some sort of, rape of a gay dude sort of thing, starts out the next episode with this scene. And in case that wasn't clear enough, very quickly in the episode, they followed it with this. So there you have it, a new lead bisexual character on Sci-Fi, and this time they have created their first bisexual male. So, yay! And you know what? It's a kind of awesome show. I've been watching it from the beginning, and it's just an added bonus that there happens to be a bisexual male character in it. Clearly masculine bisexual male character. But that's not it. This week we got two shows, as I said, and the second one is on NBC. Which show is that? It's a show called The Good Place, which I have also been watching from the first episode. This show stars Kristen Bell and Ted Danson, and the star of the show is a character by the name of Eleanor. So what happens is that Eleanor dies in the first episode, and the first scene is her in something called The Good Place, in which case Ted Danson says to her that she's died, now she's in the good place. For all of the great things that she's done in life, and here you'll have your soulmate, and you'll just live in exactly the life you want to live forever in this good place. And then very quickly we find out that the person who was supposed to be in the good place is named Eleanor and has the exact same name as her, but it's not this Eleanor. So the entire series is about her trying to figure out how to stay in the good place because the bad place is really bad. So how is she bisexual? Well, this all came out, it was hinted to earlier on in the series, but it really came to a head in episode 10. Well, this was the first sign.
You know, a lot of death row inmates feel regret about things they never said. Admissions of guilt or anger or love.
Are you making a move on me? It's fine, I just didn't see it coming. Well, hooking up with someone with the exact same name, it is kind of a fun narcissistic fantasy.
No, Eleanor,
I could be into it.
No.
And then it was followed by this moment.
Because I love you. I think. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I love you. Ugh, that's embarrassing. I feel so itchy.
But let's go back to this moment.
Honestly, how am I gonna help them? They are much smarter than me. Now, hair extensions, this is where I shine. You were already at almost maximum hotness, but now you look like a sexy tan Rapunzel. The dream.
And in case all those things weren't, suggestive enough, 2 episodes later, this week, we had this for confirmation.
You saw us all unearth a selfish ass and a tortured academic, a hot, rich fraud with legs for days. Side note, I might legit be into Tahani, but that's for another time.
So there you have it, a new bisexual character, and I think it's the first bisexual character for NBC, the major network in America, so yay! And this is not a big surprise. Kristen Bell, I have to say, is kind of a wonderful person. She was dating her husband for years. And her husband asked to marry her, but she said, and I guess her husband agreed, that they would not get married until all of their friends could get married. And the day that the same-sex marriage law was passed in the United States was the day that she hopped in a car with her husband, drove down to the Justice of Peace, and finally married him. So her support for the LGBTQ and bisexual community has been strong for the longest time, and here she is playing a bisexual character and the situational comedy. Yay! So that's 2 bisexual characters on TV this week, in spite of all the other awful things that might have happened this week. So that is those. Now, well, if you'd like to support the channel, one of the things you can do is you can take a look at my latest MMF bisexual romance, Island Candy. What is this story about? Well, this one's a little different from my other ones. This one, the main protagonist is actually a female. She is a curvy 23-year-old who goes to my home country, the Bahamas, because she needs to get away. And when she's there, she meets, well, Paulo, artist who is as sexy as he is brilliant, and Devlin, a bad boy billionaire. And things happen between them, and let's just say the MMF romance is rolling through strong. Check out the reviews for this one. The reviews are pretty awesome. It is guaranteed to have a really in-depth set of characters, twisting, turning storylines, and sexy sex scenes. And this one actually includes a lot of male-female, male-female-male, and then male-male-female sex scenes. It's extremely steamy, and it's a little longer than the rest of them, actually. So please check it out. Or if you'd like to check out my t-shirts, you can check out the links below to Teespring. And if you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I do many videos on bisexual topic, but I don't do them on a regular basis, but I do them frequently. So if you want to know when a new video comes out, there's a bell shaped next to the subscription button. If you click on that bell, that's the only way YouTube is going to let you know when a new video comes out. Till the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual friend. stay cooler, and check out Island Candy. Bye.